Okay, step one. Divide the fraction using the subtraction rule. What's the subtraction rule? Log 8 base A and log 3 base A is the same thing, right? What can we change straight away? You can put that down as minus q. Now here's the painful part. What can you convert 8 into? Anybody? Two to the power of 3. See the 8 converts into 2 to the power of 3? Power moves to the front to make it 3 log 2 base A. What is log 2 base A? P, isn't it? So the answer is 3p minus q. What happened there was somebody misinterpreted this. So you see log A to the power of 3? They read it as log 2 base A, the whole thing to the power of 3. So the bottom one is p cubed, while the top one isn't anything yet. That's what you misinterpreted as having brackets around it. Fair enough. It's an easy mistake to make. Okay, have a look at the second one then. I think we're going to go for the same trick again, aren't we? So what's the same trick again? Subtraction rule. Oh, sorry, minus, right? Now, what's the rule again? Log 2 base A is what? Is that P or Q? P. And log 3 base A is Q. Okay. What's the issue? None of these numbers are 2 or 3. So I have an idea. I think my first idea is to turn that 16 into what? Turn that 16 into 2 to the power of 4. Bring the 4 to the front. And now all of a sudden, what do I have there? 4p. We all good? Now, the next one. Question. Am I allowed to bring the 2 to the front? Yay or nay? Why? It's only affecting the A, it's not affecting the 9. If it was wrapped in brackets like this, could I bring the 2 to the front? Then I could. But I'm not allowed to bring the front. So I'm not going to do that move. That move makes no sense. It can't be done right now. I could separate them. How could I separate them? Using the multiplication rule, where I could do 9 base A and what's the other one? Log A squared base A. Okay. 9 still has nothing to do with the number 3. So how do I fix that? Log 3 squared base A. Bring the 2 to the front. 2 log 3 base A. Ever see that? And what's that then? 2q. What part have I not addressed yet? Anybody know how to do that? Bring the 2 to the front. And what's log A base A? 1, 2 times 1? 2. There you go. I think. Okay, guys. As you ready? Okay. Get your calculator and go for the absolute value of x plus 3. So you go nobody, you go shift. Sorry. Mode, table function. Where's abs for me? ABS I'm looking for. There it is. Abs. X plus 3. Okay. It's going to start at like minus 9. I'm going to end at apparently plus 9. Step of 1. It's going to go into the middle. Lads. Minus 3, 0. Minus 4, 1. Minus 5, 2. I think I get the gist. Sorry. I think I get the gist now. It's going across 2 across 2 up every time, isn't it? That's one part of the graph done. Next part of the graph, minus 2, 1. It's doing the same thing. It rebounds. Why does it rebound? What does it bounce? This means it can never, ever, ever be negative. All your y values have to be positive. Now, I've lost marks here. Can you tell me why you lost marks? You need to draw a line. It's this thing called a ruler, and it makes the lines work. Okay. Now, how'd you do the next part? Straight line going across, isn't it? And that's the line at y equals 4. Y. A line at y equals 4. Okay. That'll get you full marks. 5 out of 5, I believe. Now, hey guys, using your graph, figure out, using your graph, draw the solution set of the inequality where f of x is smaller than g of x. Okay? Now lads, where is the phi-shaped graph smaller than the straight line? Anybody care to tell me? What regions? There, isn't it? So in between -7 and 1. Between -7 and 1. -7 less or equal to x less or equal to 1. Done. Okay, next one. Verify this answer using algebra. It was x plus 3, wasn't it? So that is f of x. It has to be less than or equal to g of x, which is 4. Two ways of doing this. What's the square both sides is the safe way, isn't it? What happens when you square both sides? X squared plus 6x plus 9 less than or equal to 16. X squared plus 6x, it's that -7, isn't it? Okay. What type of graph is this? Lads, it's U-shaped. And you also know it has to be the same answer as part 2. And we need to know where it crosses the axis. So I think it crosses the axis at -7 and 1. So you factorize that. And what you're going to get is x equals -7 and x equals 1. That's -7. That's 1 for argument's sake. And what are we looking for? Below. So what does that mean? In between -7 and 1. You're done. Now, lads, if it looks too hard, more than likely it is too hard, right? What you're doing. So let's put this on a really basic level. Do you see this quadratic equation here? Everybody see that really basic quadratic equation? Now, what we're going to do here is, I'll give you a classic example. Okay, x equals 3. Everybody see x equals 3? X equals 3 is a root of this equation. If I replace the x values with 3, what it should cause to happen is it should cause balance. And when I put down the calculator, it causes the balance. If I said x equals p is a root, all I need to do is replace the x values with p, and all of a sudden, once again, it causes it to balance. Cubic equations are no different. So all I have to do, because it says p is a root, anywhere I see x, x gets replaced with p right away. 3p cubed. P plus 3, p squared, and then p here, then you multiply it in. What do we get? So obviously you multiply in by p. You get 7p minus p squared minus 4p cubed, and you have your -4. Does everybody understand what I did? Replace all x's with p's and multiply it out. Now, all right, guys. P cubed, is that right? So what do we get here, guys? 3p squared plus p cubed plus 3p squared, yeah, plus 7p minus p squared minus 4p cubed minus 4 equals 0. Okay, anything cancels here? What cancels? 3p squared, and 4p cubed. Sorry, p cubes cancel. What's left over? Anybody? Yeah. Plus 7p minus 4 equals 0. And after that, got to factorize that, aren't we? Lads, I'm just going to factorize that now, okay? And you're going to get two answers. You're going to get, I'm going to solve it using the minus b or whatever. It's going to be a shortcut. P is a half or p is minus 4. Which one of these answers is not allowed? Which one of these answers am I not allowed to accept? Look at the fine print. P element Z means an integer. Integer can't be a fraction. Which one do I get rid of? Half. We all good with that? Okay. Now, the next part. Okay. Hence, solve this equation. Okay. Well, the deal is I can replace back in minus 4, can't I? All the p's can be replaced with minus 4, yeah? So look what happens. 3x squared. And what happens when we replace in p with minus 4? What's minus 4 plus 3? Minus 1x squared, yeah? Okay. What about this one here? Anybody tell me? 7. What's that? 7 minus p. That's interesting now. Just want to figure this out here. What'd you say? Give me a second. So 7 minus 4, yeah? Minus 4 times minus 4 squared. What you get then? What? Minus 61x. Okay. Now, what I'm about to do is a really long way of doing this, which we don't want to do. Okay. You see that there? Have you see that? Okay. I don't know how to solve that. Why do I know how to solve that? There's no minus b formula for a cubic, would you agree? But what did we learn? What did we learn earlier? We learned that we learned that p is a root, didn't we? We learned that minus 4 is actually a root. So if minus 4 is a root, x plus 4 would have to be a factor, wouldn't it? X plus 4 would be a factor. Okay? And you could try it that way. Divide it in. Now, believe it or not the way the marking scheme did it. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to long divide that in, get the quadratic equation, and then do the minus b formula. But the marking scheme decided that, well, all what we need to do is, sorry about this. Oh, sorry, it did do it that way. My bad. Sorry, lads, whoever put the P in, you did it wrong. Yeah, it is minus 53. Minus 53x. And yeah, that's it. So, lads, we do actually have to long divide this, and you can tell this is a DEB question from a mile away. They're just so difficult. They are such difficult questions. You'd feel hard done by if this was to come up in the Leaving Cert, if I'm being honest. Okay, now you have to long divide that in. And yeah. When you do long divide it in, I'm assuming we can all long divide, yeah? You're going to get 3x squared minus 13x minus 1. What are you going to do with this here then? Minus b formula. And when you log it into the minus b formula, you're going to get two results. The results you're going to get are 13 minus root 181 all over 6, and 13 plus root 81 all over 6. Uh, 7 minus bracket minus 4 minus. All right, lads, no homework tonight. Minus 53.